don't feel your energy. You ain't with my synergy. Flag on your plate.
Hi everyone, it's Killshot from 99 Gaming, and this is The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode number 18, live fan reactions. So, yes, we are going to jump into The Walking Dead tonight. I wanted something a little bit entertaining, because I have to tell you, this episode was anything but. This, I'm trying, everybody. It had some moments, but we're going to start this thing out. I know we got Talking Dead on the other channel, and they're going to really build this up. But we're going to give you an honest, a really, really honest answer approach to tonight's episode. So I see some sevens already. I am not going to be that generous tonight. And you can call me a hater. You can say I'm not a Walking Dead fan. You can say whatever the hell you want. But I thought there was some opportunity. So I'm going to open it up for you guys. Tonight's episode, if you had to score tonight's episode just based on backstory, interaction, all of the above from a 1 to a 10, give me your real numbers. It doesn't affect whether or not you're a fan of the show. I mean, I know you guys watch it. I know you love it. We all do. But I just want to see kind of where we're at. I don't think it was good. I really don't. There's some things that I would like to see for Walking Dead. Now, I will say, I do think next week's episode looks pretty good. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing Father G and Aaron kind of back in the mix. You know, one thing that they chose to do, and a lot of times people do this, they look back on it and say, well, maybe we should have done this, maybe we should have done that. I think when they look back on this, 6 episode part of the season, I think they're going to realize they should have had the group together instead of these small side stories. Because when you do those, it really, for me, it takes away from all the synergy that these actors have with each other. So last week, it was pretty much Daryl and Maggie. You saw bits and pieces of some other people. Tonight, of course, you had the Carol, Daryl, and the flashback. But I'm gonna break this down. I mean, just from my perspective, because I was kind of live tweeting it and talking about it. So I think that's a mistake. Number 2 is certainly the backstory. The first 15 minutes was probably as slow as any Fear episode, any Walking Dead episode, anything that I've ever seen. So I know you're going to see a different perspective. You're going to hear other channels say, it was great, we needed this backstory, of course. You're going to say, 7.9. Oh my God, Tammy, please, don't do this to me tonight. I mean, there was nothing 7.9 about tonight. There really wasn't. And I will certainly look. I've watched Walking Dead. I've given 10s before. I've given 9s. I've given 3s. You're saying this was almost an 8 out of 10, which is a good episode. So we started out tonight with Daryl. Look, let me ask this question. Was it tonight, and I know I'm leading with this question, was it tonight one of the first times you ever watched the first 2 minutes when they played the Walking Dead music in the background and then went to the commercial, that nothing really dramatic happened except for Daryl started the bike, Carol got on the back of the bike, and she put the map in his backpack. That's all that happened in the first 2 minutes. And then we got to the first 15 minutes. In the first 15 minutes, when they went to the first Capital One Venture card and Scoop, there it is commercial. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. That was the highlight of my night. So when they went to the first 15-minute break, I will also say commercials were atrocious tonight. So many commercials. This was like 35% commercials. So you didn't have a lot of other stuff. So the first 15 minutes, what I like to do with The Walking Dead, I like to break it down into four segments. First 15, second 15, third 15, and then the finale where something big usually happens. First 15 minutes, the only thing that happened was Carol was spearfishing. She caught a fish on the first try, just like Leah did. I thought they tried to be too cute. Did you guys catch that? Like, Daryl caught it on the first try. Leah caught it on the first try. Daryl told Carol, like, Carol said, this world's going to catch up. And Daryl said, hey, only if you let it. And then Leah said the same thing to him 5 years earlier. So they're just repeating the dialogue. And I think when you try to be too cute with that, if it was a love story, then you could probably do that every week. They made The Walking Dead into a love story tonight. So the first 15 minutes, the dialogue is something along the lines of, what, are you just going to look at me because I don't know how to fillet a fish? Hey, I can fillet this fish. That was what it was. And then we see Dog run away, and we go to the first commercial break when we run up to this old house. And then we're thinking like, okay, certainly backstory time. We're going to find out a little bit more. So the first 15 minutes, I honestly, wholeheartedly gave it a 1. The lowest 15-minute ranking in the history of me watching The Walking Dead, that first 15 minutes. It got better, but not a lot better. So I'm being gloves off, straight honest. The first 15 minutes was bad. So then we get to the next 15 minutes, and there's some give and take, and I want to know about Leah, and I want to know a little bit of her story. But the second 15 minutes was cat and mouse. But it was cat and mouse over a year. So as a viewer, I feel a little cheated. That it's like, okay, 5 years ago, but then 8 months passed, then 5 months passed, and they didn't talk to each other for like 8 months, and then that dog went out there, and then they're going back and forth. He throws a fish, she hits him in the head with something, and when they got to that part where it was kind of like, Daryl and Leah are basically Daryl and Carol, right? It didn't feel any different. Hey, why are you always throwing stuff at me? Get out of my camp. Well, I'm leaving. Bye. Hey, you ain't left yet? Yeah, I'm leaving. And then she starts to leave. And then he says, I get it. It's like, no. I mean, why don't people just tell each other? Why don't they just talk? Why doesn't he say, hey, why don't you sit down and have some fish or something? Where you're out in the woods by yourself. She's out in the woods by herself. Just cook some fish and say, hey, would you like to sit down for 15 minutes and maybe we can catch up? You don't have to pretend and kick people away and invite them back and all of this stuff. Yeah, hey, I like your face. I'm struggling, man. I'm like, I want to react. I want to feel good. I really thought Fear the Walking Dead preview it looks creative again. I'm kind of looking forward to see what's going to happen in Fear the Walking Dead. Now, I'm not giving up on this season, but it's slow. 2 episodes in is pretty slow. These Reapers, I think, is going to pick up the action a little bit. I'm ready to see Aaron with his arm and doing something. But yeah, Fear looks really good, and I do want to kind of get to the bottom of the Jenny story and who she reports to and how they're going to rebuild. I never thought I would say that. I thought always, I'm always saying like, hey, Fear's okay. I can't wait for The Walking Dead. But we need a little bit more. But we're not done. and this isn't the most popular opinion because I know some of you like this. This to me was worse than the John and June love story episode. And then we get to the end of it. And once we get to the end of it, it's just a Carol and Daryl fight. So, is the point of the whole episode just so Daryl can vent of the things that he's uncomfortable with? And look at what we haven't seen. No Eugene. No Aaron. No Father G. I mean, there's just a lot that, 2 episodes in, this is probably as, well, I think it was it season 8 that you guys really didn't like? Season 8 was where everybody was sort of split up, right? And you got a little bit of the kingdom, and you got a little bit of the saviors, and I think that's the season people had some problems with. So, I don't know, I'm going to ask you guys, why didn't they learn from that? Why are we doing this again? Why are we just splitting all the filming? Because that's what it seems like at this point. It's like, and I think that was the problem, that when we were doing streams, most people would come back and say, hey, I don't really like season 8 because, Jesus is over here, and then Negan's over here, and Rick's over here, and, it's always a lot more cool when everybody is together. And, here we are doing it all over again in the extended season. You know what? Tammy, I think in most cases you could probably say that. These aren't normal episodes. They're doing it this way because of COVID. You know what? They're making my ass sit there and watch millions of dollars worth of commercials. They need to deliver. You don't get a pass. It's like, I'm not going to sit down and watch garbage because you can't film it a certain way. There are things that you can do. All right, here, let me give you an example. I have the answer. I'm going to give you right now. If you guys want to hear what starts a fire and gets The Walking Dead more hyped, more interesting than ever before, I got a solution. Okay? This is my top, I'm going to give it to you guys here. Top secret kill shot solution to make the Walking Dead franchise amazing and another 3 years of productivity. It's very easy. Very easy. If you guys want to hear it, give me a 999 and hit that like button. And it's not going to be what you think, because I think the easy way, people can say, bring Rick back, bring Michonne back. No, I got something better. I would not give you a simple answer like bring Rick Grimes back. When I give you a solution, it is a solution. And it's better. It's better than that. All right, I'm going to get a few more nines I'm going to tell you. And it's easy to do. And I would eat it up, and you guys would eat it up, and we would be so focused on it. Introduce Rick Grimes' brother to the show and make him like Rick, make him interesting, and I guarantee you, put him in a similar role as Andrew Lincoln. That's what the show needs. We don't need the Reapers. If you're not going to bring Rick back, Introduce a character and say, this is Rick's brother. He's here looking for Rick. And just build the show around him and Daryl and create that synergy. That's all you need to do. Rick did have a brother, Animal. So bring his brother back. And we would be kind of, hey, yeah, we miss Rick, but this guy's pretty cool. You own AMC. You own the franchise. You can do whatever you want. They didn't have to shut it down and do. Look, I got to tell you guys, and please, if the Daryl and Carol spinoff is like the first 15 minutes, well, he doesn't have to be in Spain, Jan Stepp, on the TV show. They can change it. They can say he's in Alabama. All you got to do is just make it happen. Change the storyline a little bit. Doesn't have to follow the comics. No, Moonshot. I don't care if you disagree or not, because you're wrong. Because the show has already decided that next season is the last season. What I'm proposing is a solution to where next season will not be the last season. Because I cannot, if you're telling me the Daryl and Carol story is going to be the franchise, I'm telling you the first 15 minutes of tonight's episode is not good for that to be the franchise. I don't know that people are going to tune in to see what we saw tonight. If you don't bring half the cast with them, this is what we're going to be watching. You're telling me that we're going to tune in on Sunday night to watch Carol spearfishing and filleting fish and blaming each other, arguing about whether they can survive? You know, can you see this? Like, all right, we have a Reaper story, and then we have the Negan story, we have the Maggie story, and we start this up over the summer, and we go through season 11, and then The Walking Dead ends. Ratings will be up because it's going to be the last season, so of course people are going to tune in. They're going to throw us a bone or two, and you know, maybe Rick's out there somewhere. They're going to find out. All of those things are great, okay? But then at some point, season 11 is going to end, and we're going to say, okay, all right, we're getting ready to watch the next season of Walking Dead, and it's the Carol and Daryl spinoff. So what's that going to be? It's going to be like it was tonight. It'll be some action. It'll be some walkers. There'll be ride with it'll be ride with Daryl and Carol. And then by episode 3, this is what's going to happen. So first episode, ride with Daryl and Carol. It's going to be pretty good. You know, they're going to be going out toward Texas, and they're going to run into CRM and Isabel, a couple people. They'll see a chopper, maybe Morgan. All right. And in episode 2, you know, they're going to run into some walkers or a derecho or flood or something. Like something will happen we haven't seen. But then when episode 3 gets here, it's going to be, hey, we never finished that conversation. You got Connie killed. You made me leave Leah. I'm mad. You go on. You know, and he's gonna kick her off the chopper, and she's going to say, she's going to get teary-eyed like she did tonight. And yeah, and so we're going to get this in episode 3. And then she's going to leave, and then she's going to get in trouble, and then they're going to realize they need each other, and then we're fine. Then we go to episode 4, and then 5, and then 6. And then we're going to get to episode 7, right before the mid-season finale of Ride with Carol and Daryl, and it's going to be same thing. Because raise your hand if you've seen this conversation between Carol and Daryl at least 2 times in previous episodes. Tonight was at least the 3rd time they've had almost the exact same conversation. So raise your hand if you've seen this before. I mean, you know, Daryl even said it. This was the mind-blowing thing, right? Not only did they have the conversation, Daryl even said it. He's like, we have the same conversation every day. Right at the end. So I'm like, okay. Are they toying with us or what? And I'm going to go back to kind of what Tammy said a little bit ago. Filming, certainly there's challenges with filming. But last week, you had a guy blow himself up with a suicide vest. And they're filming. So you don't have to have them like right up in their face to have a little bit of action and a little bit of story. Believe me, if you can film and you can get Leah and Daryl like booty grinding close to each other while they're filming, you can certainly film and have people fighting and shooting each other. So, yeah, I'm not buying, we can't give you a good story because of restrictions. I mean, come on, that's not, stop making excuses for a bad story. It was a bad story. They tried something. Look, I'll always give you credit if you try something. And I love the show, and more than the show, I love the actors, which makes it even worse for me when they don't show the actors. Like, we've only seen, like 4 people. Give me The Walking Dead. If I want to see 2 people, I watch Fear. I'm tuned in to see what everybody's doing. Yeah, I'm a little fired up tonight. I'm a little fired up with The Walking Dead because we are fans and we do have a good time with it. And again, no apologies here. I made the mistake. I made the mistake last season. We had some really good episodes, and we ran across one, wasn't that good. And I remember it. And somebody came on and they said, I don't know, they were just like blasting me and said, well, you're not a Walking Dead fan. Dude, I've watched every episode of The Walking Dead. I talk about the show. I do bold predictions. We did spoilers. So don't question fandom and whether you like a show just because you see opportunity. I'm not saying I can write it perfectly, but I'm saying that's really what we do. Right? It's what we do. We talk about it. And if we like it, we like it. If we don't, we don't. And I think it's important that the writers hear honest feedback from us, the fans. Doesn't mean we didn't watch it. Doesn't mean I didn't sit through 4 Capital One commercials and 2 Scoop There It Is. Although I am a little interested in the Coors seltzer and how much river water that it can actually save. Because I saw that commercial 3 times as well. So we had no problem getting advertisers to fund tonight's show. And it certainly, I will say the other thing. Yeah. Well, again, Jason, it's kind of, I think if you keep doing a 2 or 3 people episode, I don't know. Maybe it's personal preference, but for me, The Walking Dead was always best when you get a little bit of the Negan story, and then you switch it over, and then we see a little bit of somebody else's story, and then you switch it over, because we have more things to talk about. There's a lot of plots working at the same time. What happened with that? That's when it was good. Is so, what would we be talking about tonight? We'd be saying, hey, all right, Eugene, they're surrounded. Ezekiel Ezekiel doesn't look too good. I don't know if they're going to make it. But then, so tonight, if they would have given us, I don't know, 10 minutes of that Daryl story, then we wouldn't be talking about it. We'd be, hey, we got to see a little bit of the flashback. It might have actually worked. It might, if they would have done it like that, I do think it would have worked. Even if, all right, let me give you an alternate solution. Easy, okay? Once again, this segment is brought to you by, I don't know, Kills Helps the Walking Dead. So this is what I would have done tonight. I would have given, first of all, I would never started out with the motorcycle thing. I literally had to watch Daryl try to start that motorcycle like 5 times. We know Daryl can start a motorcycle. You know why? Because his own TV show called Ride with Norman Reedus. So the first thing is, it never takes Daryl 5 kickstarts to start a motorcycle. So that's false. So we know that's not true. I see you, June Smith. Thank you so much, June. So I would not have started with that. I would have started with something, if you're going to play that music, that dramatic music they play. Was there anything dramatic about Carol getting on the back of the motorcycle and sticking a map in his backpack? I would say no. So that's not the music that we needed, and it is the Walking Dead music. You need something that's going to get you tuned and primed and, oh, I can't wait. I'm excited. I want to see what tonight's episode is going to be about. So, no. First of all, I would not have started with that. It was a terrible idea to lead. But you know what? They had to start with that because that's all they were showing. Why? Because they were only focusing on 2 characters. 3, if you count Leah, but she died. So, basically 2. It was the Carol and Daryl episode. But if you take, let's say we did this. Let's say we took a little bit of last week and we took a little bit of next week and we combined it with this week. Okay? We split it up into 3. So we got a little bit of what Aaron and Father G are doing, a little bit of what happened to Daryl, and then a little bit of kind of, maybe a little bit of the Negan thing. Maybe not last week, but how many people would have liked to see kind of a Negan insult or a line or something mixed into tonight? So we could have put a Negan insult in there. We could have put a little bit of the Daryl, and we could have given a little bit of Father G, and that way that's what we would be talking about. Now, next week, if they only show Aaron and Father G, and it's good, then we'll react to that. But if it's bad, and I don't know, because I'm only going off the preview right now, but if it's bad, we're going to be right here again. And we're going to say, well, we don't know if Leah died. We don't know if, at this point, we don't know who's dead or who's alive. I don't know if she's dead. I don't know if Connie's dead. It's like everybody Daryl falls in love with, you just don't know if they're alive or they're dead. I didn't see a dead body, so I guess theoretically she could be out there somewhere. But I don't know. All right. So, I do have one, this concerns me. Okay, maybe you caught this last week. Maybe you didn't. How many people watched Talking Dead last week? And this is where I have concerns for the writing. And I hope I'm wrong. If I'm wrong with this, so be it. Okay. So did you guys catch the part last week when I can't remember the person who wrote and directed the show last week? I apologize. But did you catch it? And I'm ad-libbing, so I may not get this 100% right. But did you catch the part where he was talking about Elijah and he said, hey, I wanted to, put this guy in a mask, and I went into Angela's office and I said, hey, I think it'd be really cool if we put this guy in a mask. And she was like, yeah, let's do it. And then then, and that was fine, right? You know, he's hyped up, he's selling it, he's happy, you know, that he created a new character and he put this character in a mask. But then he said something afterwards that scared me. He said, we didn't really have a backstory for Elijah, and we just decided to do this and this and this. So basically, they just pulled this character out of the blue, stuck him in there, and now they're kind of figuring out his backstory as they go. That concerns me a little bit. It does. It really does. Because I know that happens from time to time, but you've had a long time to write this. You've had a long time to create this story. So I hope that's just kind of like a one-off. But if that's the way we're writing the show, and tonight felt like that. Tonight just didn't have a really good plot. So June says, who do you think will survive the series finale? And do you think Rick will save the end? I don't. I do not think we will ever see Rick on the Walking Dead TV show again. And you can agree or disagree. And I'm going to go back to what I said 2 years ago. When they come out and say Rick Grimes' final episode, I don't think he's ever coming back to the episode. Now, with that being said, I do think the final season is going to be chock full of Rick Grimes clues and things to get us to watch the movie and appreciate the movie. So, Rick, no doubt about it, is in the Walking Dead universe. We know that. No doubt about it, Rick is a part of the story. But I don't think he will film on The Walking Dead. I wished he would. I mean, I got no problem with him doing that. I'd love to see him come back to the TV show. I think it'd be great. But I think the liability when they say Rick Grimes' final episode and advertisers, and look, it's not just you guys. It's not just the viewers. When you promote that to advertisers and you say, hey, would you like to spend $1 million advertising Geico commercials because it's going to be Rick Grimes' final episode, and then 2 years later, you bring him back for an episode, then people are going to be like, wait a minute. Why did you jack up my advertising price 2 years ago? You said this was going to be his final episode. I paid you triple, man. So I think legally you got a problem when you do stuff like that, but it doesn't prevent them from next season is going to have great ratings. Anytime you get to the last season, even the people that watched it and checked out a little bit, they're going to be back. I mean, certainly they're going to come back and watch it. We all are. I would love for the universe to last another 10 years, but we got to do better than Daryl and Carol spinoff. Tonight really scared me. And again, I'm going to give you number 2. I told you, number 1, and look, what did I give you guys? What did I give you guys last year? Before they killed Simon, what did I say? Send Simon over to Fear the Walking Dead. Would be phenomenal. Nobody called me and said, hey, kills is a great idea. So solution number 2, bring Rick Grimes' brother into the mix. And solution number 3, and I know this has been talked about, and I know it's the comic universe and the game universe. Well, not even the comic universe, but the gaming universe. Bring Clementine into the show. Bring Clem into the show. I know you got Judith, but if you're not going to make Judith a badass, then bring Clementine in and make her a badass. Or bring Kenny. Or bring Lee. I don't care. The characters from the Telltale video game are incredible. They're incredible. And they would pump so much life. The reason we know this is because look at the success The Walking Dead has had by turning the comic book characters into the TV show. They have some really strong video game characters that I think the fans would absolutely love. I think they would love them. So I don't know. I don't know why you've got all that power at your disposal. It seems to me like now's the time you want to hunt for bear. Bring the big stuff. And and again, what makes tonight a little more disappointing is it's episode number 2. I mean, we're talking 6 episodes. These 6 episodes should be phenomenal. Not talking about how slow they are. And you can say what you want about Fear the Walking Dead. The one thing I will tell you is Fear the Walking Dead is not afraid to have a Walker-nado or to have alligators or to have, I'm not a fan of the hot air balloons. But look, they try stuff. Walking Dead has got armed militia. They got reapers. All we really saw the last 2 weeks is a dude blow himself up. The Pope has marked you. We know the Pope's out there. So, again, will it get better? Yeah. I mean, by the time we get to the end of the season, we're going to find out who this Pope is. There's going to be more reapers out there. And that is the thing that Walking Dead does do well. Better than Fear. The Walking Dead does know how to develop its villains. And I wish they would have developed it tonight. Now, question. Bold prediction. I'm going to lay a bold prediction right now and say Leah is a part of the Reapers that attacked Maggie's group. What do you guys think about that one? They introduce a character. We don't know if she's dead. She's got a tie to Daryl. We know that Daryl's emotionally attached to her. How about she's part of the villainous group? That's my bold prediction for you guys. I just feel like it's the type of thing that could make tonight's episode better. So, if I give it a 3 tonight, which I am, I'm giving it a 3. I know you guys don't agree with that. I'm sorry. But if Leah is a big part of the Reapers and Daryl has this emotional cancer just tearing him apart, I will go back and retroactively give this episode a 6. I will double my score on tonight's episode. I'll take it from a 3 to a 6. If they have the foresight to do that, then I think it'll be a little better done than I'm giving it credit for. Wow, you know what? It's been a while. It's been a while since we got mic'd up and heated. And you guys got my new backdrop back there. So see, I'm in the office. You can see my lips moving. We got cats on the sofa. We got a little stuffed Rick Grimes up in the front. Walkers all around trying to break in the office. And be careful with fire. It's dangerous. So with that being said, everybody, look, we're about 35 minutes in. Absolutely appreciate you guys hanging out with us, talking a little bit about The Walking Dead. One of the questions that came up is, are we doing bold predictions? We will, but as long as they're doing 2 people episodes and there's just not a lot of high drama on the horizon, then I think the reactions are good. When the show ramps up a little bit more and we get closer to the finale, we'll probably add a couple extra streams, get people together midweek. But you guys know where the spoilers are. I don't want to turn into clickbait and speculate everything, and I don't have a problem with doing bold predictions as part of our reaction videos. But hey, we're not going anywhere. You guys know where to find us. We are still 999. We love The Walking Dead. You guys are also welcome to hang out with us during the week. We play an amazing game. You can see it up on my desk right there called Play Dead Live. We have a lot of fun. And I know some people push back and they say, well, look, I'm not a gamer. You don't have to be a gamer because you know what? We invented a game that is not like Call of Duty. It's not like reflex action. It is like mental chess. It is like Dungeons & Dragons, like World of Warcraft. Hang out with us on a Monday night or watch a playback, roll a character, and you will get to control the story. If you like The Walking Dead and you like to watch the story made for you, then why don't you join a little bit of Play Dead Live and come and affect the story. All right, everybody. Real quick, everybody give me a 999. I'm going to do a lot of shout-outs. I want to get everybody's name in the stream right now. See Will super chatting it. Bold prediction. I think all will get captured by the end, and all are taking where Rick is. They're all holding, and Rick walks around the corner. The end, the movie starts. Will's going to give Rick a little sneak cameo. He's going to get Rick's face in right at the end. I could see that, Will. I'm just going to say they don't bring Rick back into the TV show. I see Michael Curie. Good to see you, Mike. Thank you so much. Love to have you come out. Roll a character. Sniper, Priest, Tank, Warrior. All of you guys need to get in some Play Dead Live. Half the people in the stream right now are playing Play Dead Live. We've been playing it for 15 months. So get out and chill with us. Dustin Little, I see you. Animal, Rebecca Mendez. Harold Evans, thank you so much, Harold. Appreciate you. Diana C., Hippo in the house. B-Dub, June Smith, Busy Bee, The Bandit. Give me those 999s, everybody. Want to get everybody mentioned in the stream. You guys know, since I've been doing this channel for 6 years, and sub shouts is something I've always enjoyed doing. Ever since we had 10 people that would watch our videos, our tutorials, up to 90 to 100,000, I always love doing the sub shouts. You guys are amazing. I would not be here doing this today if it weren't for each and every one of you. So thank you so much. Sam B., appreciate you. Northside Queen, good to see the Queen again. Kel, Julia, Amy, my mods are absolutely awesome. Who else we got here? We had like 600 people have watched this stream since we've been here, either in and out. So I won't get everybody shouted out, but if I missed you guys, show up next week and we'll hang out with you guys. And don't forget, in 1 week, we got the Max Awards. What are the Max Awards? Well, it's a little Play Dead Live thing we do. Here's a little sneak peek of where we might be next Monday night. Enjoy, everybody. Have a good night.
I don't feel your energy, but still I love my enemies. I see why you befriended me. Hidden agenda with the jealousy. Lord, take the wheel on this one. Lord, take the wheel on this one. Allergic to the drama. Allergic to the drama.
I don't feel your energy. You ain't with my synergy. Flag on your plate. That's a penalty. Yeah. Watch what I'm gonna be. You said he the throne, I'm the centerpiece. Feel that? You feeling me? Dig that? You ripping me? Come on, see that? You want to see that? Real facts, enemies. I to your back, boomerang that. Come on back, spirit check rap. She broke Camel's back, God told me that. Now run tell that. You addicted to the drama piece. Yeah. Thank you for one thing, my Marvel piece. Yeah.
I don't feel your energy, but still I love my enemies. I see why you befriended me. Hidden agenda with the jealousy. Lord, take the wheel on this one. Lord, take the wheel on this one. Allergic to the drama. Allergic to the drama. They talking, I